Clearly, we're not going to get the same wind impacts or storm surge impacts, but definitely a lot of rainfall that we don't need. And it's really all about context. This has been a super soaker of a summer, and everything's already running high. Rivers, streams, the ground is super saturated. So that's kind of setting the stage for more rain again that we don't need. So let's take a look and give you an idea of where we go from here. This is Ida. Again, we're going to see the storm look a little bit different in the next 24 hours or so as it starts to merge with a front, and you will see flood watches from Georgia all the way up through Boston, extending over 1,000 miles. So really impressive and really affecting a lot of real estate. Now it looks like the bullseye for the worst flooding is going to be across Pennsylvania, where double digits are possible. There is a pretty good consensus on our computer guidance tonight that we end up between about 3 to 6 inches. So a lot of folks are asking, can this thing just completely miss us? At this point, that would be awesome, but I don't see that happening. And there's also a chance for some locally higher amounts. So we're trying to figure out where this band ends up setting up, kind of like when we're forecasting snow, how, most of the state gets forecast 4 to 8, and there's somebody who gets, a foot of snow somewhere. There will be a very narrow band where there could be some higher amounts that may end up passing south of Connecticut or north of Connecticut and missing us entirely. But wherever that ends up kind of setting up, there could be not just your kind of run-of-the-mill flooding, but something higher impact and more significant. So where that ends up is still a question mark, and it's something that we'll have to keep a close eye on. So rain comes down off and on during the day on Wednesday, but I'm not expecting any flash flooding during your Wednesday. Even though there might be a brief heavy downpour, rumble of thunder here and there, it's really going to be Wednesday night and then overnight towards daybreak on Thursday. And, by daybreak, I think the worst is kind of ending, but there may still be lingering issues for the morning commute. I anticipate there will be issues for the morning commute, as again, it still takes time for rivers and streams to rise, and there might be some closed roadways that are covered in water. So the biggest risk with this storm in particular is flooding. We're not expecting coastal flooding. The wind will be coming out of the north and the northeast, kind of pushing the water away from the Connecticut shoreline, and this will be a wind-swept rain as well. So we are talking about the chance for gusty winds to go along with it. Big, widespread, numerous long duration outages, not a concern for this one. There could be a few pockets of trouble spots where there's some outages, but again, not as much of a concern with this storm in particular. 60s tonight heading through your Wednesday. High temperatures will be in the 60s to right around 70 degrees. Again, we'll see some showers developing here kind of right out of the gate, and they're kind of off and on through the day. And I want to kind of focus towards the evening commute. So here we are at 6:30, and some areas are already seeing some locally heavier downpours. And look at this, around this time tomorrow night and for the news at 11, this is when the rain is just coming down too quickly for storm drains to kind of absorb it. Rivers and streams could be climbing, and even through the overnight. There is also a risk around this time frame towards midnight, 1-2 a.m., where there could be an isolated spin-up tornado. Now, it's a very, very low risk, and it's much higher across the mid-Atlantic, but something that we'll at least be watching, keeping an eye on the radar. Here we are at 5 a.m., and then notice after that, 7, 8 o'clock, we get the rain out of here. The sunshine comes out as we head through Thursday afternoon, and then we're looking at a beautiful stretch of weather after that. Labor Day weekend looks great. We'll take a closer look coming up.